Spiral Trinity by L.T. Zupan. Read by L.T. Zupan. Published by Leo Thomas Zupan IV. Copyright 2017 by Leo Thomas Zupan IV. Chapter 4. Darker black and white. Piano. Dash, dash, dash. Turn the corner of beautiful emotion. Like an old musty memory. Like a coffee shop in Europe I haven't found you at yet. Like the stale ache and the fear from emptiness. And that moment where the beauty and the music come rushing back in right when you need them. And we smile and cry and say how mystified and grateful we are for such a strange dream. And it somehow ties together in some sort of perfect way. And nostalgia, beyond time, longing, one of my favorite feelings. I've been here before, and it was so lucid I can almost touch it. And England, I'm starting to remember even in this temporary drain. We're very good at substitution. And so old, I miss you. I miss that piano you played. So well on your way out to a day on cobblestones, and I'll always love you. Our elegant, distinguished, calm romance movements. Our dance, I remember. I was so proud of us. I'm so proud of us. This is the end. Tulip. Blushing bride. Dash, dash, dash. My blushing bride. My smiling sweetness. Soft confusion, soft illusion. Expect a mother in stranger weather. My pretty sister, high on desire. Fragile child, small delicate thing, looking nervous. You know I can feel it. You know I can feel these things. My sorrow insides, my dear dripping tear, beauty angel, and oh so quiet. Call your lover, and call your mother. We're going home tonight. We're going home tonight. This is the end. How to write a song. Dash, dash, dash. Well, how do you want? 2. She likes my black nail polish. I hate her strange girly ways. She likes my phallic avatar. I hate her when I can. She's like my bright new thing. I like her, no I don't, I hate it, yeah. She likes to give what I live. I hate her ancient ways to death. She likes my son, my gun, and I can't stand for what she stands for. I like my get off me so I can sing. I like my little big old thing. I like my feeling, spark and power tuition. I am a circuit and an outlet. You are malcontented halcyon, salkin. I am fidelity and phonic. You are a brain socket. I am the same, I am a fame walk. You are as disappointing as your bad luck. I am a fire and a burn. We're gonna have to learn. I am continuance forever. Here, let me pull your lever. She likes my computer robot. I hate her every very thought. She likes when I gather strength. I hate her when she does the same. She likes my anger and temptations. I hate she's not even real. She likes my secrets and the shallow ones. I hate her poor taste and predictable outcomes. She likes my little boy underneath. I hate her disingenuous dis-ease. She likes my general acceptance, Lee. I hate her pussy, I say, as much as her cat, as much as her face. She's like a spiral peg in a round world. I told her to go away or come around instead. Yeah, I like my. This is the end. Wanna. .. The testimony of a lyra. I want to sing a song about love, but I heard that it's already done. I want to tell you how I miss you, but I don't know what my words do. I want to sing a song about vision, but I'm way too tired, way before it's written. I want to tell you what you can believe, but you cannot hear what you cannot speak. I want to sing a song about truth, but I don't know really how to sing it to you. And I want to tell you that I still miss you, but I've got about 1,000 reasons to go through. I want to do the best I can, but you do too, so what can you do? I want to tell you that I miss you, but you wouldn't even hear because I wouldn't even say. I want to take my desire and burn it up with fire so I can admire the testimony of a liar. I want to sing a song about drugs, but you know I just really want to take them. I want to tell you what we could be, but every time I try, every time we fight. And I want to sing a song about power, because I'm horny, because I'm bored. I want to cut through every excuse, but I can't break every one of you. I want to sing a song about God, but all the churches made it a dirty word. I'm going to sing a song, and I'll sugarcoat it. Oh, no, I shouldn't. And I want to sing a song to that flower, because she's not here, because I don't care. This is the end. She's pretty. ... she's pretty, she doesn't exist. Her eyes go right through, and it's a little scary. She's happy, and her smile tells me so. She's baby, but she doesn't exist. She's made out of stone. She's lost, maybe she's not. She's just pretty, and I'm just your silly little dichotomy. Maybe illusion, and maybe real. Maybe I love you, maybe I really do. She's pretty, she's my sweet little sweetie. She's thinking, oh now she's thinking, and I don't know anything. She's real and too pretty for someone like me, She's free, trapped up in it. She's breathing, froze in snow. She's freezing. She told me the most romantic thing, I ever heard, but she didn't even hear it. She's in a band named Hole. That was a metaphor, and I went to the show. The after party was such a slut, but never a whore. Her teeth are glory. She's beautiful, baby. I love her name, and I think I'm supposed to tell you. My mind said she's pretty, so pretty, but really I do love her. Maybe I care, maybe it's me, maybe it died when you fucking killed it. Maybe I am, and maybe I can. Hate the way you listen, hate the way you whistle. She's quiet, she's in time. She's carrying the goddess on her little back. She's desperate. She's burning clocks at 5. She's out of time. She's pretty. She's scary. She's loved me. I said, I love you too, baby. I gave her a scene. She seemed to want it. And now she loves me and my every nothing. This is the end. Yeah, ... Thoughts and suits I got. Thoughts fill up my head like a never-ending salad. They won't stop until they do, yeah. Yeah, so a biscuit colander drains gnocchi, pasta, and lasagna until she gets it right, yeah. They seem to have an inexhaustible well of... They got a seemingly never-ending supply of soggy, cramped, negative energy, yeah. It's coming from buildings much bigger than me, yeah. She hides inside where it's cutesy. I got a little hot guitar notes. I got melody loops to do it. A fresh haircut on your image I respect. Your authenticity so rarely, unfortunately. It just bugs me in the wrong city until she gets it right and messages my main complaints into vegetarian gravy. Yeah. What are your rules? What is your system? How are we gonna mix if we even do? Yeah. Smokestack, jackal, con, a tonic, thought stream, beautiful emotion and exciting start to a show to make them come on. This is the end. That's not me. ... It makes me feel good to write this. They like me. Mood and thirst. They like me. Now that's not me. That's not me. That wasn't me. Curious with your energy. Mom trained you to be. Curious and ugly. It's not me. Ugly. Look at the skin, it's peeling. That's not me. It's ugly. I'm sorry, it's not an apology. It's my energy. It's me. I wasn't trying to impress you. Pain is in the belief. Everything I do is what I'm going through, This is the end. 323 dash dash dash. New number, new fear. No need to prove. My eyes are clear open. I've got a sense of you near. New song sung long. New sun is drawn. My open heart is old, and my will is one. New number, old letter, new box, new locks. My eyes are still set on the horizon. New faith, new time. Watch it unwind. My song is waiting to come carefully undone, to be loved and caressed, to be hoard and to be sung. New notion, new ration, new passion, no time. To fit everything and worry, evaporate and chrome. New prism, postulation, new sensation and old. New time for the mind, new heat for the cold. This is the end. Blood, dash, dash, dash. Thoughts in my head, thoughts in my bed. I need to read more. I emptied my soul into equalization. I'm waiting for tomorrow for rededication. The sun shines out through the clouds, like the naked woman that begged for every future of everything I ever wanted. But let's not go there, it makes me sad. Horrible song, turn it off, a hat on a bed. The imagery brightens, and I can almost see it. We touch each other's skin and all hell breaks loose. We want the movie to go faster. Nothing is more frightening than boredom. This is the end. There's so much out there. Dash, dash, dash. Forebodes. Which words force you to feel? What words generate? What's a mood that makes you impressed? I'm sick of being sick of, so I just stopped it. Europe is next, man, the trailer claims. But back to the matter at hand. What time clears the creeping malaise? Click, click, click goes the girl's heels. What do I want? A touch in a bathtub, wrapped up in blankets when I was young. Which words drip beauty, blood in the tears? Glass poverty ripples, glass, glass, glass in the well. Nerves react to a whisper, still. Blood roses cursed chai in my time. Crucible of Denver, all in a line. What softness, softness, pet with a paw. Grass and its dancing, shocking to thought. Which words react and grab my cock? Which cervix reaches out to me the most? Waiting for colors, Coachella in collars, Ventura in Chura, for cholera too far. Which words do you want to bring me a virgin's ear? This is the end. I hate women. dash dash dash. AKA, I am in love with a woman. So much potential. Or so we used to say. Yeah. I hate women. All those songs just slip away when death is stabbing at my chest. I hate women. I hate the way they claw at every little thing with self-entitled delusional precision. I hate women. They're just being honest. Not a thing under the facade. Little girls and little boys dressed up in layers. Hate girls, I hate girls. We are preparing, but you never can. Never can tell with that one. Let's do everything else to test the boundaries of man. I hate them. Vaguely sex, and not really much else. Stupid girls and women lower the bar. Get your head out of your ass if you want romance. Oh, look now, you want me to pay for something you enjoy. Great. This is the end. I've been dying this since before you came around. Dash, dash, dash. Tell me what you hate about me, so I can tell you what I hate about you. Oh, look, we're growing. Tell me how to be like you, so you can try to take apart my beautiful truth. Tell me how to be unsure, so I can walk right over your dumbass circle. Tell me how I'm nervous. Tell me how I'm piggish. Tell me how you read this. Tell me how you're broken. Tell me how I'm joking, so I can piss all over. Your game never did no good for no body. Tell me how it's wrong. Fuck you all night long. Never heard you sing a better song. It's all I ever had. I can break the sky with a voice like a knife. Tell me how to go. I don't need you to show me the way to the ocean is paved in gold. You're not invited. I mean, you never wanted to go. Not really. This is the end. Any day. Dash, dash, dash. And some say any day. Above ground is a good day. And I wanted one of you until I saw what most of you really are. And sometimes I see. The light I follow my Father's guidance, and the signs converge in a point of confusion. And some babies play with strength of innocence. Rampant auras take over. How good are you at pretending? And some say any day. Above ground is good. I wanted that for you. I'm past that point of return. Some say. This is the end. Songs, dash, dash, dash. Song for the day, song for the sun, songs for the wasted, songs for the moon, exposed to the love, holding a gun, songs for the ones who need it sung. For a minute or two, I could forgive you if I could get you to come close. I have something to show you. For a minute or two, I could forget you if I could get you to listen. I need encouragement. For a minute or two, I could learn how to love you, get you to come close. They've got something to show us. Songs for the planet, songs for the water, songs that are needed for a wilted poor heart, songs of the dawn, sums of the offerings, song from the crack in everything. Song to the light, to let it in again. Once again, yeah. Please, Mom. Please, Mom. This is the end. Big words, dash, dash, dash. Would open mic poets write like quite often and twists. Rumination, sterilizing, sophomorica, and tendency. A shot of adrenochrome straight to the heart of the cure for the world ODing on black and blue, so-called essences dripping from perky breasts and naive pens, still considering their body hair and what have you pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Poignant phraseology and such carefully intersecting hedron. Thought, meaning, feeling, many more. Act now. Fucking rebate. Somber, morose, diffident, yeah, words like that. In this unsure economy, Ritalin and Adderall. Take a gamble, beyond duality, symmetry, and dissonance. Beyond beauty, of course, at the mainstream current of what is currently clogged from repeated attempts, or should I say damned. Orgasms and resonance. Poetry, a word that has not yet discovered itself, if it ever can, despite pitiable thought people defining their days, gaining meaning from their toil. Yes, Taco Bell. Nature collides with intention, intelligence, and new explosions bring us ever closer. Or so we say. Fuck you. This is the end. I want to go home. Dash, dash, dash. Moan. Risk and division. Time and determination. Confusion. Appreciation. And good old apprehension. Plotting against fear against. Easy accomplishment. Drive their safety out. Do the opposite. Stories, completion. The whole picture. Horror, beauty show. My beauty, my pretty, my accent, your curl. Crystallized horse on the shore of reason. Lost that one, yeah. Poor baby, still smiling and crying. The accent's gone away. A little plan to pass the time away. The king and his friends were in it together. Unpredictable weather. I want to go home. Let me finish this poem so I can go home. It's everything and nothing. Everything and nothing. This is the end. Poetry night, dash, dash, dash. When it's all right. I've got the struggle in a teacup. I've been there, and the end of this sentence. I've got coming up and fighting for it. I've got don't know what to do once you have it. I've got social distortion, various programming. I've got stir it up again. I've got an unsettling feeling right after peace. I've got that same old fucking thing. I've got impress her and several other plans. I've got fight it and listen, fight it and listen. I've got quite a feeling. How, sit, going. I've got find a strategy to deal with it. I've got the answer. I've got spoiled brat and when it all works. I've got bravado. I've got did it right to make it happen. I've got cure. I've got your justification and heard that before. I've got disease. I've got whatever you need. I've got imaginings. How good it's going to be right now. This is the end. Sex. Dash, dash, dash. You think you've got it. You're never going to be my friend. I like her hat. I want to invite you over. Do some drugs and start touching each other. I like your grip when your little hand holds its big, and you made me. Just from being the little one you are. I demand you turn around and get down on all your little fours and pout out. So I can see what you're good. For there's no time to enjoy your company. When I'm deep inside of you, rubbing against all your cervix and insides stuff, it's a very slow grinding that you can barely, when I really know how to. This is the end. Hot sex, dash, dash, dash. Warning. This piece is highly sexual in nature and cities. Take it out and suck. Your head slowly up, and I put my hand on the back of you and cradled your neck. Keep it deep, the deepest you can. I don't believe you when you say that's all you can do. It's something we both enjoy. Fuck the metaphors. Bend back over so I can control your goddess female form and make it flourish in aroused sweat and hotness. Look at all your little holes. I like that it's tiny and I push in and I can feel how it is. You get so affected and cute, and then you aren't quite sure you can, but you know how much I demand, so you do it anyways. That grip from your going slowly while I kiss and play with your teenage firmness. Yes. This is the end. Mess. Dash, dash, dash. Tell me another excuse, stupid. You've got the most obvious reasons. Why don't you say that so I can say everything you could think of anyways? You're so beautiful. You're so tragic. Why don't you catch up? God just made it that way. I can heal you, I don't care. I'll do it to get to you. Under all that shit they gave you, she radiates. You're already there. Just give it some time. For your mind to be now. Shut your squirming and know how. She's ugly and toothy and anything she wants to be. Pretty much. Oh, we don't understand it. Do a little dance that don't make sense. Listening and listening until you get it. She'll take us to doom. She'll go to her room. She's empty and silly and ruining everything. She's anything for attention back then. She's coming into her own, into her whole. She's a walking contradiction. She's music. She's the one. Everything must be tired, must be tried. She's stupid. Problems. Until she comes, she's hopeless, and boredom will kill everything that's overdone. This is the end. I'm gonna help. Dash, dash, dash. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help. I'm a gun in hell. Don't need a bit of your love. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's a gun in her. When I push it. When I push in. Side. When you gonna break? When's it gonna break? When you gonna knit? I don't need a bit of this. I don't need a bit of this. You. I got an outlook. Working on a book. I got it out quick. Mama come take a sip. Mama come and take it. Take. Pretend. Please in. Pretend. I go on and take another look. Take another look. Take another. Take it from me. My friend, my friend, my friend, what can you give? Thought that we were friends. Oh, what can you take? Will you take it? I'm out of time, coming out of time. Cut you out of time. Cut until it breaks. Cut until you break. Break. Not afraid to come. Not afraid to come. I'm afraid I'm gone. Dance up in the sun. Dance up in the one. Do I think it's right? Do you think it's right? Day I think in night. It's a pretty day when you give away. Wait. It's hurtin' me. It's a hurt in me. It's a hurtin' me. Seeing what I see. Seeing what I see. See. This is the end. Copy me, baby. Dash, dash, dash. Copy me, my pain, as it bleeds through the capital's hand. Copy me and don't see the blind visions. Your know-it-all children. I'm imitation. And I can wait for revelation. And all this fake taking. What is wrong? You've found all my flaws. When you riddle and cue, the roosters are all fighting. Do you want a seed? Just give it away. Tired I am alone. Give it to the one. Love is in the moon. Copy me, my pain, until it all bleeds. Copy me, oh baby, when you're gonna feed. Copy me, oh my sweet baby. I am the feel. Oh, I am the feel. I like it, oh, when you don't believe. I'll see you, oh, when you want me to. Copy me, oh, my sweet baby. I am not real. I'll start if you want. You need the pain, and I need the same. How can it begin? Inside a name. Will you stay? You don't need to copy. I am the one. The end has begun. And when, oh when's the time? What has it done? Spin around the sun. I got a fresh garden. I melted down until I'm slipping. Growing all the time. Baby, don't let me down. If you won't throw it all up, this is the end. I don't want to hear ... Well, I don't want to hear what you have to say. And I don't want to play those silly games you play, you flake. And yes, and I can feel what you think is real. When you put a face on and you put it back down, and I don't want to feel that precious gift you steal. And I don't want to know, what the hell you're going through. Because I just want to, that thing you keep locked up. I don't have the time to listen to you whine. So why don't you shut up so I can give you what you want? And I don't want to touch your body with my mind. And I don't want to hate when something in you breaks. And yes, I could be wrong. And yes, you can be dumb. When you put your face on and you put it back down. And I don't have the time. Just get it off my mind. I don't want your life. My nectar is a knife. Because I just want to the only thing you want. I don't have the time to listen to you whine. So why don't you shut up so I can give you what you want? But you're gonna have to. I said you're gonna have to. Suck. This is the end. Taco's already done? Wow. ... I know how. It is on the other side. I know the prettiest thing you could. Yeah. I owe the queen to the choirs. I hold the question to your answers. I hold your hair to the ever-loving being. Why don't you come to the magnetism? I won't start what you should. A control, the unguided, handhold, lover flies, teachings, older tonight, come back, feel the light, go out, makes you all wet, pink bike, to me for night, fly, karma, payback, forever it's not very fair, get cheated and love to feel it, creation, there's only one real way, hide up, I don't give a shit. Maybe when you snap out, we can love it and lie all over the lies. Cock, fuck, push, shove. You need to shut up. Running out. I'm gonna run into love. Laugh at the way you keep it going. Stupid games. Understand, woman. Give up. Don't you miss your friend? Blowjob, yeah. This is the end. Fucking paradox. Dash, dash, dash. She thinks I shouldn't care about her. She thinks I don't care about her. She thinks I'm cute. No, wait, now she thinks I'm ugly. Wait. She feels I'm such a good guy. How could I be so full of myself? She's cycling moods, just cycling. But goddamn, it's annoying. She wants to help me. She wants me to feel guilty. Fucking cycling on something like a bike. The sun god, listen. I don't want her duality. I graduated middle school in my mind. A long time ago, yeah. Stumbling upon the best song. It's not in this trap. Not this land, no. Small people put power in the art of convincing. No, get away. I don't know if you're ready, really. This is the end. Love that language. Dash, dash, dash. Tall letterage. Yeah. I like that language, baby. I play it into divinity, see? He's got an electric guitar and shrugs off envy with a shrugsy. I like that patronage. I like that agreeable weather. I change as the same, and I can see that correction. Now, I can feel your experience. I like you to teach me how to. Teach you in between, sweet, sweet. Salcon sheets and tan and occasionally golden. I can sink right up, you see. I'm just taking the time to get by. As it slides into a most delightful evening. This is the end. Yeah, dash, dash, dash. Well, you're very beautiful. I can see that, yeah. I want that kinda, yeah, really. Well, you're pretty good at being scary. I can see that clearly, yeah. I don't really want to die or kill right now. Or some kind of a fight, yeah. I can feel a need for correction from you, yeah, baby. I can see that, yeah. I can see. You're very pretty. You're pretty sweet. Dancing all around, a little nervous, jumping up and down. And man, you got a strong presence, right? Yeah, I can see that you got it. In Utah, I guess. Well, you're strangely cute, it seems. I really want you when I'm just playing like I like your sweetness. Stop. This is the end. Little. Dash, dash, dash. Strangest little creatures in my jungle. Little lie. Dream. Strangest symbol. Aeon of your new label. Coming through. Your eyes, mine. Solving. And solving. Little bubble, my fun. Goals, aspiration, your level of. intensity for your intention, sex between two ambitions, good feeling. I can see how you roll into the next life. Or I could say circumstance. Mama, I'm dying. He said, don't hide it. Wield your strength. With golden sweetness, please. A little politeness does it nice. And the breath of fresh air. Refreshes my sweet timeless. Memory we're missing, yeah. Girls come and go, and the sweet one comes. Up just what I was looking for. Hoping. Billboard advertises rules to believe. I hope hope is not outmoded. Yeah. I gotta go. She gives me the tingles as a function I believe to be all my own, yeah. Yeah. This is the end. Chapter 5. Purple. I don't care. Dash, dash, dash. Right now. I made you feel. Pretty and a taste of your God. I gave you this, and you used it for the rest of your life. I triggered my sense of smell. It smells good. And when it's over, it just keeps going. Like your question, like your second vision, like it was never written. I made you love it. I made you hate it. I worked pretty hard, and I got it. And I no longer care. I can see how you live. I can smell your grip. What you feed each other. I see how you live, yeah. I can uncoil your riling grow fire in your spine and watch your reaction. I can see you tempting. I can see you attempting. I can see that little kid before you became unborn. I can do your little dance. I can breathe and seethe and sing, and nothing you would ever ask of me. But I no longer. I can think away your truth and have I can make my own thing and throw it away. I can hurt you and be afraid of your fear and fight everything I see and never win because I've never lost. But I just don't care. Just like you. Yeah. This is the end. I love you. Dash, dash, dash. I miss her. I loved her. I want to be with another and not blow it. This time, Lee. I miss her. I loved her. She wore flowers in her hair and I was trained. And I chose to train her. And she couldn't really stop. Maybe she could. No, I doubt it. So feminine, I loved her. She was just confused and broken underneath. That's why she was so weak, and I didn't listen to reason, and I paid for it, and I miss her, woman. Every day I make music. That's all I have right now. I miss her. She had little freckles. She had pale white skin. She had pink in all the perfect ways. God, we were in love. God, I missed her. Miss her so much, I think. I was sex crazed. She missed my music. Now I'm not sex crazed and I make music. One day I'll sing a song to her. Maybe it's not up to me. She has a life now, and of course I'm still here. She sacrificed to bring my soul back. I couldn't take much more. She loved me so much and just wanted me to be good and love her. Why did I want so much? Why did I twist everything she did into negative imaginings? God, I'm sorry. This is the end. That dress. Dash, dash, dash. That dress is too tight. Pulled up on your chest. Like that. Why don't you just take it off? You'll keep it on until I find your button. That hair's all wrong. It doesn't match your eyes. What the fuck did you put in it? Why don't you just cut it all off? You'll never get it all wrong. Keep it all on. Until I give you her card. Your energy is stuck, or it's way too much. Why don't you just take it all off and give it all up to someone who knows what to do with it? That style is a lie, part of a cult. Drink all of the blood and tell me to stop. Why don't you just change into love? Feel your own heart. If you want the truth, why don't I? Ignore what I say and go away. Here I come again. Another mood today. This is the end. Like to. Dash, dash, dash. Yeah. I like to grow in a space where it's indefinitely possible. I like to grow in a way where it can keep going for a while, and I know this. Like a jigsaw, her heart, she's saying, it's been my job. Feels like a long time. And I'll keep doing it for you, I don't doubt. You're always sorry, and one day, when you're as tired out as me, we'll have peace. All the singers are crack psychologists. Shut the fuck up, I hate what you do. I love you. Ongoing expression. Learning the nature of the job. Tired and learning. One day for mastery. Loud and loud. We got one day for mastery. Right. She's mad at my music. He's excited about anxiety. I'm missing the point, is what I'm telling you. Learning reflection and symmetry past dance traps and you're missing the point. Music is a music. Not another thing is another thing, and any word breaks down anything. Transcended, unaware, the words were never the point. Curiosity leads me more. Pursuit and pleasure, pretty boots. Rap is boring this time. All the singers practice what they preach, yeah. Nice hypocrites, yes. And their speeches controlling. Enraging, incapable to rise up and steal moments of that juicy universal smack down. Taking cues from the truth of this place. Many follow few who don't know. I'm fighting creative glue on the studio sidewalk. The answer is the truth I tell them self. Know you're impressive. Like occasion. The singers are labeled with what they are, and I am grateful. And I still hate you. It won't go away, it's gonna burn and play a trick on you, until an acceptance brings surreal peace, and utopia, and something, again, not. Coming out like Elephant Channel. Back to beginning, intriguing again. Back to the end, I want it in me and you for me, and I'll give paradox and go away. It'll give it to you and you'll quit. And it might again. Singing. Desire as usual. Yeah. Go away. Listen. I told you I hate you. Cock wants to control and You don't know how can we love you yet. When you do, I'm there for you. Project to death and get the board ready for the other side. I'm ready for love. Hopscotch on drug. Learned how it works. Absolutely. Sex. Wow. Itty. Yeah. I give up until I get it. And my singing is clawing. To God. Little kids. Take it back. Not again. Another ending. Another ending. Please do something sweet. In your head. After this ends. In the energy part of your brain. This is the end. FCT, etc. Dash, dash, dash. This poem is a result of sleep depth, and your contextual understanding therein is very important to God, etc. They said, don't do it. I wore the same shirt as yesterday. I wore a different one. I wore the same. I have to do my laundry. How do you hear it? How does it change and layers and what will you do when you're done? Will you shut your mouth in the mind? Go back to the perfect thing? Turn it on and ride to hell in turbulent brainstorm? Or will you tuck the opposite in when you given? Frantic student, desperate swear. I shot my foot, I remember. Inner deity, oppressive piety, my responsibility. To liars and the best I can do, or the best I choose, or I'm too nice to you. I blame myself at the same time. Blame myself again. I blame you at the same time. It's all based in truth, you know. We shouldn't have to do the laundry. Our schedules are like way too busy. This is the end. Grace and automation, dash, dash, dash. Finding reason on another side of spectrum. Finding it. Interlocking. Extreme perfection, right? Funny how it's different. guiding Funny and her circuit. How new ways explain. Fractal designs, beings and strings, to a subtle puppet being fit. Eddie orchestrate. Funny. I don't care. Do. Why you here? It can't be even if it. Mountain Massacre. Morrison and Same Time. Morrison Time Machine. And the Time Machine. This is the end. Rude Mache. Dash, dash, dash. Yeah, So, contrast for attraction. For friction, crying, teary smiles. For sweet relief followed from acral disastis. Opposed, old opposed. Dying time crying in. Opposed, opposed. Music for the sexes. Solar sexus. We are all musicians if we can get our act together. I'm back here with yet another feeling. Until I get used to it and it all calms down. Settled school project. Block it out for my beauty to breathe. Everyone's shooting energy at me. I can't believe. She's so sad. And it's so sweet. Let it breathe. Make the truth and ignore the kids, right? This is the end. Read it with typical vibration, dash, dash, dash. Because you always have. Every new achievement, so close to the dream, pain has been a threat to me. And I lost the need. Let them all float by, as if in a dream I was born with. Yeah, when I was 7. If I know what that means. Eyes thinking. Looking at me. I'm still dreaming. Yeah. And I was born with social transcendence. And no. I never asked for this. And I was born with. Light on a diamond sky. And no. You didn't want it from me. So I'm still here. Confused after truth. Gave me a lie. Watching you fly by. And I hope there's one of you like me. Yeah. I can beat you now. But I'm just bored. And I've learned how it works. And time is in my nerve. Until the dream already came true. You could talk to you. I don't want to. I'm missing me. Yeah. Go away. And come here. Now. Yeah. Add footnotes here. Thankless job. Tired hearts. Muscular light. Pretty dress. Tight vagina. This time, I'm not going back. Yeah. They give it away free. They live by the sea. They have no way to. Believe. We have no idea. That happy positivity's gonna lead you to evil until you mangle to breathe. Everything I do for something as silly as a pussycat, as real as love. I give up. Yeah. Again. Yeah. This is the end. Routine, mission, not. Dash, dash, dash. Writing. Vulnerable soul. Look at the heart of God. Vulnerable heart. Look at how she searches. Vulnerable people. Look at them listening. Barely hear a thing. Look at her, she's moving. Tattoos remain. Permanent fashion. Small talk is killing. Everything's sweet. I live in your world. Or at least my mind does. When you're not threatening me. I'm filled with this longing. She has different types of clothing. Her eyes move different ways. You never chose to learn the feelings of love. The last thing they would do is give it to each other. This place is laughable. I would be no less lonely if you went away. I'm used to emptiness. God, I just want to make love and fuck you. This is the end. Confirmation. Dash, dash, dash. Eyes widen my mind. The truth is in the brain. Purity blessing my speech. God is in a gracious belief. Always another teaching. Always another man preaching. And I can't stop myself from screaming. The feelings are eating thinking. Hand open the heart. The love is in my blood. Pushing into her vision. Our prayer is a prayer for passion. This is the end. Blueberry garden. Dash, dash, dash. Feelings filling. Missing feeling. She isn't here. I feel weird. Full moon anxiety. Wives' tales disliking me. Missing feeling. Eerie singing. True crime, gimme love. Foul feelings, gimme girls. Old woman, young girl, you don't get a joke. I miss you, Christy. We gotta go. Moon, 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 moon. Give me your song. Give me the curves, girl. This is the end. Look. Dash, dash, dash. Look at all those people killing other people's dreams. Because they don't have any of their own. And half the time they don't see it. Which makes it twice as much annoying. Look at all that money inside of all that greed. When you have something you don't need. And you'd rather keep it than give it to me. Look at all those girls who don't want to think. And all those men who keep it growing so cheap. It's such a shame. This is the end. Outlet. Dash, dash, dash. I don't have my money, and I don't have my dreams, and I don't have a car, and I don't have a heart, and I don't have a life, but I've got my God, and I don't talk that much because I don't like to listen, and I don't have a thing because you took it all from me, and look, she's gonna come right before she leaves. and go on and put it on me. You're going to do it anyhow. Go on and take this from me. You can do it, but you can't take now. And when we make it true, and when we laugh at you, and when we live a dream, tell me I'm the only thing. And when we're on a stage, and when the TV's grown, and she burns it to the ground, guns that shoot themselves, and tanks that break down, I'm gonna kiss your soul until you're all alone. This is the end. Free. Dash, dash, dash. She's got the freedom. She's got redemption. Me and my friends are strong. Me and my gun is dumb. And we're holding out for chemistry. Singing songs about my home. It's long gone where my heart is, 'cause I'm holding out for chemistry. She's got a body. She's got my mind. Me and my skin's strong. Me and my joke's funny. And he's got the time. Not one to run. God in the palm of his hand. God working a master plan. And we're holding out for chemistry. Got a chemical in my pheromone. Singing songs for my mom and dad. Vocal tones keep me going. When I'm holding on. Holding on. This is the end. Beautiful. Dash, dash, dash. Time to wait. Another day for delays. Time ticking by imminent demise. Pain for the teaching. New confusion, keep it open-ended. When we're out in the cold. Defy the laws, brainwash illusion. Entertainment. Toys with the kids. But I want something beautiful. I see what you look like. I hear all your truth. But I want something beautiful. I'll spin your dream. I'll come around. I'll go that way. But I want something beautiful. I want something that feels good. This is the end. Melodious. Dash, dash, dash. Time. Criticism. In this dimension. Delusion, lies, bad tones of voice. wooden bone, sullen tone, hopeful time. Not feeling good. Creepy tone. Go away, boredom. This is the end. Crashing. Dash, dash, dash. Do you ever get that feeling? When it's sweet and it's telling. And God smiles when He's speaking. That it's all going to come crashing down. And do you ever feel you are the one it's built for? The one who kills it? When it's going to all come crashing in? And have you ever felt that fear of another soul's intention? Another demon wishing he could bring it all down on you. And it's a scary medicine sin, and it has no healing. It just keeps on repeating. When the walls are thinning and the cracks are deafening. This is the end. Love. Dash, dash, dash. She wants me out of her life. She wants me to fight. She wants a nice guy. I just want to go home with you. She has the prettiest eyes. She has a number of disguises. She doesn't want it that way. I want that feeling again. Sometimes I am a gentleman. I have a gentle hand. I am a general clan. I would fuck you. I would kiss you. I really just want to love you. This is the end. Love, love. Dash, dash, dash. Romance. Sweet love memories and future imaginings. What are they here for until it all dies away, I guess? New ways of rocking and energy increase. Ready for war and a drama of it all. Topples down. What am I here for? What is she? I'll do what gives me meaning never. No, the real reason existential philosophy stuck on, you could label it. Yeah, it's really ever present, like I can't stop tripping. I suspect there are many forces waging, and a being who's silly and cool, playing a show, people paying sins, my missing home. This is the end. Energy. Dash, dash, dash. Feel it in my heart. Gut. It's in my strong. In my oscillation. Feel it pulse and throb. in silent invocation. Predetermined prescriptions. Making decisions along a time. Feel it hate to cut and attack me. Feel it love Ang. See their eyes digging in and scanning. Doing whatever can. To understand. To bring it to my end. To love you. To a fitting end. From when I was a baby and a small boy, until I went through a life, and I was so alive. Light passed right on by. I feel it in my heart. Yeah, this is the end. This world, dash, dash, dash. We're here for undisclosed nature. Pretty dew on the tulip. Deep breathe feelings. And quite vulnerable history. My holographic whole has rules, rules. Rules, rules. We don't know. No, never will you. Can't have pleasure without pain, says Buddha in true form. Political platform man has a plan, a good one. And the advertisement used to have our power before the kids get bored. Can't have pleasure without sitcoms. We're here for ya. And the singer keeps feeling. Bringing color to your power struggle. So we can lose and celebrate, yeah. This is the end. Life poem. Dash, dash, dash. I think I might be dreaming. I work to keep it sweetly. To make it better. Work knowing I'm not totally in control. God, I wanted to fuck her sister. Such a cigarette, I mean visual. She makes me nervous. For a while we men have been saying that. Do you know how much I, some of we love you? Visuals of anal sex with cute girls. Bent over and putting their little up. I like a lot. Maybe it's because it makes their girly energy express. In little sounds and pants and moans, and I feel like a man in control, while feeling big and pleasure at the same time. Oh my goodness, what a wonderland. Thank you, my goodness. Not just one last time, years. This is the end. My girl, dash, dash, dash. I love my girl. She makes me giggle. I love my eyes. Love my heart is sweet and stupid naive, baby. Protecting me. With good vibes, humor, yes. Her car is art, a little banged up. I love my guitar, her envy gets her so mad. Bird on wires, tire light, 2 more finds. To find. Skin touches missing singing. Don't want to be at home. In my bed alone tonight. I'm loving this fantasy world, thank you. Whatever is just allowing me. Sweet girl, I love my lips. You make me happy and turned on. When you curve several around the table on a sunset Wednesday. Jealous boyfriend, love and comedy. Every day miss the one I don't know. Bring her to wheels, inflatable vehicle on. My feet on my lap, cradle and hold. Caress and feel those love summers too. Yes. This is the end. Peace. Dash, dash, dash. Yeah. Shy, nervous packet release. Drum beat, slowly feel. Little kid, overgrown, body adult. Let it be, I move. 20 times missing mine. Control my state, it's not about me. I will believe. It will come together. Evergreen. Tree and rose smell. Hype BO. And the other dynamics is won't let it rest until I feel right again. I'm intellectually pregnant. This is the end. Day commentary, dash, dash, dash. Love connection. Sweet, smooth success. Touch skin. Moon 10, scan, shine, tan, sun, like. Every wave judging eyes bring me. Up and down. Chakra incomplete spinning. Vortex vibration. Beauty smiling and shining. Singing quietly, come alive. In the corner, people table. Stretch strength muscle cut off. And tell me what to see. Keep your tower tall. funny creatures, guitar dread, luck, keep it tall. Baby, I'm still here. Why include it? I'm just drugs and provision. Spread it to all of you, listen. Strange lies, slice, cut. Microphonic weaponry too. Dance the paradox at night and love in the grass, pillow daytime. Stop lying, sun. Despierta. One day I shine. If not now, then. Another book, acceptance. Give me starlight. Time running down. It's forever. It's never. I'm fulfilled inside us. You have battalions around your legs. Outmoded, I'm never good enough. To be as not good as them. Like your sweetest lies, comfort zone. Loving you up and down. Yeah, I am wrong. You got it. We're wrong. We're all wrong. Get it? Song. Loud amply. Beauty comes ridden decision. I'll do what I can. You are all of them, and I still miss you, baby. This is the end. Chapter 6. Essays. Energy. Dash, dash, dash. So I'll start with chakras. Chakras are major centers of energy operation. There are technically 64,000 chakras or something like that. I'll focus on the main 7. The lowest is the root chakra. Its realm is survival and rootedness. There are red veins that come up from the ground through the legs and into the root, which is located where your belt buckle is. The root is healthy and spinning when you are feeling safe, grounded, and welcome in your reality. Stomping your feet is a great way to stir up groundedness. The sacral is right above the root, about an inch below the belly button. Its domain or relevance, or when it activates and operates, is sexuality, trust, relationships, and abundance dynamics. These are internal and external issues. With healthy expression of sexual energy, trust in yourself, others, and the universe, healthy relationships, and belief in abundance, etc. This chakra opens and spins properly. It is orange and responds to orange-colored food, various stones, etc., like all chakras respectively do. The solar plexus It is yellow and deals with power dynamics, masculine-feminine balance, and intuition. Having power over others, or giving your power to others, imbalances this center. When people interact, a circuit between their solar plexuses connect. It is a great chakra to gauge if someone is trustworthy. The heart chakra. This is your center. When you live there, you are centered. It is playful, silly, loving, and compassionate. It can be hurt if it is opened, and an imbalanced solar plexus does not defend it. Healthy relationships connect at the heart. It is green and becomes pink when evolved. Rose quartz is a great aid to this one opening. The throat is blue and is concerned with communication and following your path, being honest with yourself and others. Singing and honest speech helps with this one. Meth smoke does not. The third eye is where your eyes meet, and 1.5 inches up. It is concerned with manifesting your will, psychic abilities, and imagination. It's the most cerebral of the chakras. When people look straight at each other, they can connect their third eyes. You can feel this chakra easily. It is indigo in coloration. The crown is the top of the head and is your connection to the spirit world and God. Your will and focus on spirituality can open it. For all chakras, one can use a pendulum to gauge if they are spinning properly. Also, it should be noted that there are chakras in the back that line up with the front ones and have collective qualities that mirror the more interactive frontal chakras. People often feel energy, but you can see it as well. Look at your fingers on a dark backdrop, and you can see electricity strands between them. If you perceive further, without thinking or putting your energy out, you can see an aura with colors and eventually deeper layers. There is a cyber-energetic layer, a layer in which archetypal symbols in various languages appear, and a way to see visuals of people's thoughts, past and future events, spirit beings, etc. Using a mirror is a good tool for this. People move, shape, direct, channel, and bounce back and forth energy with their body language, their eyes, and their chakras. This happens constantly. Most people just choose to not notice. Places and events also have energy. You can vibe out a place and even feel if something positive or negative has happened or will happen there. Words, objects, colors, everything has energy, with esoteric information tucked inside it. It's all a matter of clear objective observation and perception. And as a footnote, I will say, everyone filters and distorts information, and you can never truly get outside of your head. But it is possible to encourage clarity in perception, whatever that means. This is the end. socialization. Dash. 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 So, most people are socially enslaved by each other and very unaware of social dynamics, and often do not even want to analyze, perceive, or even discuss such things. It's part of what keeps us going, but also what keeps us down, and allows problems to occur and dramas to play out to a maddeningly repetitive degree, thus preventing evolution, progress, bliss, and great wondrous creations. Most people are seeking power, or are under someone else's power. Also, people are often seeking validation. In cliques, one member becomes an alpha, and often groups look and act quite a lot like each other, and the alpha and beta's trend setting. In an evolved group, everyone is aware of social dynamics and encourages each other's individuation. The alpha energy becomes fluid and floats from one person to another. Power dynamics don't overwhelm, and no one has control over another. Whoever has expertise is the one who temporarily alphaizes. Honest communication is the cure for social enslavement. Most people will not break unsaid social rules and would rather sacrifice their self-actualization. People are also rather stingy with social status. It's considered rather valuable, and if people have it, they usually show it off and never give low social status individuals openness or support, etc. If something is popular or socially acceptable, people will believe it and support it instead of questioning how they really feel about something in many cases. The key to all of this is to beware of subtle automatic behaviors. Body language, the times and ways people look at each other, embedded subconscious speech, etc. Evolution occurs when people don't feel identified in public and are more concerned with the feeling of truth rather than gaining or losing face when learning from truth. It doesn't matter who is speaking truth and who is learning. Simply the transfer occurs. In public, most people have fronts or egos, which are basically contrived outer layers that people have put up on top of their true childlike nature underneath. So they interact with each other's fronts and nothing genuine really happens. People are identified with the stories of themselves and feel afraid they would lose something if they showed the kid underneath to everyone. Of course they would, but it's worth it. Ideally, two or more people relating as their true selves is a beautiful, powerful thing. This is the end. Miscellaneous maps. Dash, dash, dash. 1. Body language. People speak volumes with their bodies, often incongruently from their conscious speech. If someone says, "Yes, I do like that," with a funny tone of voice, and shaking their head left to right at the same time, they may be subcommunicating more honestly than their words and claims are. It's a painful process to notice these things within oneself at first, because it will break down various insincere structures. but it is worthwhile because it eventually leads to greater self-knowledge and empowerment. A mudra is a hand posture that affects energy. Some of the most notorious mudras are the peace sign, giving someone the finger, and the hand posture used in meditation where one touches the fingerprint of the thumb with the middle finger. In fact, all movements with the hand and body are related to energy and are mudras of a sort. When people use body language when speaking, they are shaping, working with, and directing energy towards others, or pulling energy in, etc. 2. Subconscious speak. People say funny things hidden in their words. One can intuitively read into any statement to find hidden metaphors. You can break down compound words, inflections, syllabic textures, etc. And you can do it to yourself too. If you aren't too identified, you will be amused by the silly contradictions and hidden complexes you find. For example, in the first sentence in this paragraph, I could have implied that people say funny things, so you should hide in their words, or I could have implied people are oriented towards fun and hide it in their words, or I could have implied that P pulls by saying be fun hid in a den, or so it word, or many other promulgations. The intuition is the only way to get clear interpretations, near as I can tell. I also always recommend checking theories against reality after the fact. You can break down a word like understand to mean standing under something, for another example. Or you can analyze words normally dismissed as arbitrary, often descriptors, nouns, and verbs. Words have several metaphorical layers at all times and can give hidden information and insight, as well as sounds in general. Like, why did I just say information and insight as well as? Was I saying sight going in and formation going in was rather like a well? And if I expect you to grasp some of this stuff, is my expectation similar mechanistically to an expectorant, etc.? Cross-analyzing these things with memes and social multiplications also adds some interesting factors and dimensions to this stuff too, as well. Also, as someone says fuck, the musical nature of that word can have a cutting effect. And when someone says Jesus, they're often unconsciously channeling Jesus' spirit or energy to the room, and usually at someone, etc. When you go past or around people's identities and start to intuitively encode your speech and decode others, you'll find your higher self communicating with others and you'll discover a surfacely unintelligent person can have quite a refined and or advanced unconscious or superconscious higher self. Eventually it can go full circle and you'll flow with your speech and your listening, not encoding or thinking too much about other people's layered speaking, and instead just being intuitively drawn to little gems and layering your own vocality as your intuition occasionally guides you to. 3. Geomantic nature. If you put an apple in a glass cube, it rots in a day or whatever. If you put in an apple in a glass pyramid, it doesn't rot for a month or whatever. The nature of a shape affects the reality around it. That's part of what body language and sacred geometry is all about. So pretty much every major city in the world has a large obelisk monument, which is phallic-shaped and directs energy outwards like a crystal or a penis would, as well as a Capitol building, which typically has a dome on top of it, in nearly every major city in the world, which is vaginal and collects energy and is receptive. The top of the dome typically has an antenna, usually in the form of a statue of a deity or a symbol of some type, which determines the frequency of energy coming in. If you create miniature domes with antennae, you can experiment with energy collection. I recommend various stones as antennas. These obelisks and domes are inlets and outlets that every city needs to have proper energy flow. Cities themselves are on certain key energy points on the energy grid of the world. It is a macroscopic, metaphoric representation or overlay or superimposition to the acupuncturer's map of energy on the body. I suspect the universe is also mapped out in this regard, which brings me to 4. Dimensional wirings. When I was first discovering various things through NLP and Buddhistic and occult Illuminatic experimentations, I started realizing how a lot of things are connected in this universe. I discovered if I perceived a picture on the wall of a log cabin from the 1800s, I could trance out or meditate on it for a few seconds and revelate and procure and discover, perceive various informations about the 1800s and about log cabins in general, etc. It seems to be a way in which the universe connects or is wired. You can also look at a photo of someone deceased and commune with them easier. You can silence your mind and speak to someone not physically in the room, and their spirit will respond, usually with your own voice in your head, but with an energy similar to them. And you can have a conversation with them that transcends spatial limitations. Afterwards, meeting them will reflect the conversation had. This happens in the dream world occasionally as well. You can communicate with most any spirit or object in this fashion if you are able to silence your mind sufficiently beforehand. Another example of networks and circuits, etc., was one time where I was sitting in the bathtub, naked, and I was meditating, and I left the constrictions of time, totally naked. 1 second became nearly eternal. The bath I was in became an archetypal universal expression of all baths. The water was golden, in a way, and it was like the ancient Greek fountains, and all the baths throughout time. At any rate, it showed me the beginnings of the strange wiring of time and space. When one advances with this stuff, travel and etc. becomes possible. 5. Manifestation layout. So, The way people and events move around is primarily controlled by frequency. If you are at a certain frequency, you will attract complementary frequencies and people through openings in your aura. Your will or intent is the director of your traveling. And your emotions affect the speed and intensity of scenarios manifesting. Whereas your thoughts decide the theme in which they manifest. Group auras work the same way in the social sphere. Holes or openings in auras will overlay, and stronger auras will take precedent quite often. Everyone has the ability to manifest, but not total control. Again, I recommend an intuition as a healthy starting point if one is interested in efficiently unlocking their true purpose or that which brings deepest satisfaction to them. This is the end. Occultism. -- People have different definitions of magic. I consider it basically the manipulation of reality to cause it to conform to one's will. There are a host of methods to achieve results, but ultimately universal force is what really runs everything alongside free will. The main effort of magic is single-pointed will. As one desires, they automatically, subconsciously have opposed will and will sabotage fruition. The way out of this is to acknowledge and experience and express one's desires as they are, and not to think about it or second guess it much at all. Also, being careful of when and how you feel compelled to express a desire is key. Also, unreceptive people or places can discourage something from manifesting results. Spells, sigils, etc. are basically forms of asking for and energizing something. Going straight to the source, which does short-circuit most magical systems, I find is most effective. By that I mean allowing yourself to intuitively desire and act on desire is the most effective, balanced method for manifesting. You can achieve results with thought, personal will, ego-generated efforts and desires, but they won't take you anywhere satisfying or self-actualized. There are many techniques in magic, like connecting things with objects, charging things with energy, visualization, divinatory techniques, astral activity, etc. The usefulness of this can be to discover and unlock capacities within oneself. Karma is a mechanism that becomes involved in general and can be noticed to one's benefit. Many magicians are interested in power, capacity, and control, as many occult systems are typically predicated on. With temperance, Utilization of magical techniques can be beneficial, but I find in the long run, one will grow best if they listen to the quiet voice guiding them to what often is understood later. Internalizing systems and methodologies will cause them to be utilized afterwards fluidly in intuitive activity and lead to better results in smoother fashions. This is the end. Music. Dash, dash, dash. In string theory, it is put forth that this world is basically vibrations. Music is basically the manipulation of vibration. My theory is that music will become more powerful than we've ever known it. The transfer or communication capacity of music is much more intense than normal speech. If a lyric is expressed and then perceived with intense emotion, entire experiences and pages of words can transfer or come across quickly and easily. The energy streams can be thick. The key, in my opinion, is to allow creation of music and performance to be a possession, a pregnancy, and a fluid release. If you are possessed by a muse when creating music and while performing, one cannot take credit for the creation, and one does not muddy or disrupt the flow. Ego can ruin the process, as well as power struggles. People typically live in a certain frequency when making or listening to music. However, the coalescence or combination of all energies in the brain and the world of genres is where music is asking to evolve currently. The entire spectrum of expression, together as one, breaks cycles and causes spirals in the performer and the listener. Ecstatic states are achievable easily with music. If someone just lets go and becomes possessed, it becomes a powerful celebration and exaltation. As it grows, one can go straight to the throne of God within themselves and reality. Music is powerful and liberating if messages are intended within it. It can energize, cleanse, heal, empower, ground, arouse, etc. A true band, which includes the audience, has communion. The academics are tools, but should not be the focus. Music is felt much more so than thought, and anyone can do it. Elitism and egos clog up the trip. Also, energy of everyone involved is key. If people don't encourage or believe something beautiful and auspicious can be created by anyone, they will fight to keep it out of their presence and energetically discourage themselves and project it onto others. A band of like-minded people can overcome this phenomena and succeed. This is the end. Evolution. Dash, dash, dash. People are quite concerned with speaking lately about 2012 prophecies, evolution of consciousness, etc. It does seem that there is an acceleration of growth over the past 50 years. Between technology, interconnectedness on several mediums, and increased awareness and transcendence of various taboos, our spiritual evolution does seem to be growing fast. As spiritual knowledge and self-transformation tools are circulating, the bar is raised with every new generation. There are many people waking up all around the world. It seems to be happening to us as a collective, as people from different parts of the world are having similar realizations at the same time. As morality is declining, people are returning to nature and discovering the laws that govern the real world. The sex that all opposing forces seem to be having with each other is causing a sort of unification or growth. Interdimensional barriers seem to be thinning, and reality is becoming less defined and more dreamlike. Where this will all lead is unknown, as what this reality is in the first place is also unknown. But a utopia would certainly be nice. Personally, I view 2012 as a potential shifting point, but not necessarily the end of everything. It seems as we become more aware of our animal mechanisms and our material and physical natures, we transcend them. And one day, we may exist in a purely spiritual fashion. Death may be the end, or explosion, or love. But I do know this reality is rather like a dream, and we are becoming less and less trapped in it. I feel the urge to encourage evolution, but ultimately my soul cries out for the womb, or some sort of home where I can create, enjoy the act of creating, and have love with myself and others. That may be impossible, however, because many forces do seem to have a nature opposed to this. What it really comes down to, I believe, is we don't truly know why we're here, and we would like something we like. And hopefully we'll all have that one day. Until then, adieu. This is the end. Spiral Trinity.